Nick Tate. And Nick is also the co-author of the new book, The Baby Boomer Survival Guide. Live, prosper, and thrive in your retirement. Nick, for you and me, it's just what the doctor ordered, pal. So, back to this vaccine. It sounds worse than we talked about this last week, but now to see these numbers. So, what do we do?
It's ridiculous. I mean, the 14% effectiveness is crazy. Try to think of what other service industry would we accept this kind of delivery. If your cable TV service gave you TV 14 to 23% of the time, would you still subscribe? No. If your phone service only allowed you to make 1 of 4 calls you tried on your cell phone, would you make it? No. And in fact, in some ways, it's an interesting idea here. Maybe people should go back and demand their money back for their flu vaccine, not because they'll get it. You won't. That's not how our healthcare system works. But think about the message that it would send about the demand for accountability and transparency and what we're getting for what we're paying for in our healthcare system. It's really just a shame. And we can't blame the flu manufacturers. I mean, they're pretty much putting this vaccine together based on what the FDA and the World Health Organization are saying. But it's really, in a year when we're having so many flu cases, it's really bad news.
So let's look at some of the statistics here. We've got, with the average deaths hovering around 100 since 2010, with the exception of the 2011-2012 season, which is the lowest on record we have with 23. Can you tell us why we should be concerned this year when the average deaths have remained consistent?
Well, the truth is that they expect that the season has not yet peaked. We're going to see many more cases. And at this point, the flu vaccine is really not offering very much protection. So in even a mild year, as many as 30 to 35,000 Americans die from flu. Unfortunately, this year we may see that number go up.
So with this ineffectiveness rate, you already said call them to get your money back. That is something that won't happen. But if you haven't had the flu shot, should you even bother with it?
You know, what we're hearing, you have to evaluate the advice from where you're getting it. Talk to your doctor and see. If you're a senior, if you're a kid, the small percentage of protection is maybe worth doing, but there are many other things that you should be doing and maybe paying more attention to them. You want to be washing your hands. You want to be avoiding contact with sick people. There are things you can do to boost your immune system. Don't get run down. Eat a healthy diet. Get to the gym. Get some regular exercise. Get regular sleep. And there's pretty good evidence that some alternative medicine practices work. Ginseng, zinc, echinacea, these things can all boost the immune system and help you ward off cold and flu. So this is a year when you really want to be very vigilant in terms of prevention.
Nick, are these vaccines taken at your own risk, or can families of loved ones do something in terms of filing a lawsuit?
Well, we haven't heard about that yet. It wouldn't surprise me, though, and in fact it might be a good idea if Congress, the new Congress, convenes and holds hearings on how this whole vaccine program moves forward. The solution here really is to move toward a universal flu vaccine. Research is underway. This would be a vaccine you'd get once a year, or I'm sorry, not once a year, once in a lifetime, or every 5 or 10 years like tetanus, and it would offer protection year to year. They are making progress, but it's about 10 years away. My thought is maybe we take some of the money we're spending every year, federal funding, hundreds of millions of dollars, and we aim it at the development of a universal flu vaccine. There are 7 vaccine manufacturers that are contracted with now to provide flu vaccine in the U.S. If we force them to move into the direction of universal flu vaccine, we might be better off.
Now, it's not a matter of force, it's still a matter of choice, but we highly recommend that you can learn how to survive the challenges facing baby boomers with the Baby Boomer Survival Guide, written by our pal Nick Tate. You can get it at newsmax.com/boomers911.